an unfortunate one. But anyway, Senator Sherman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for holding this hearing. I thank our witnesses. And, we're in a brave new world here. It reminds me a little of that movie 2001 where, it started out, man and machines, and the machines took over. And you missed something bad happened when machines just took over. And that's what we sort of have here. Everything is now so mechanized with very little human interaction that much of the time it works very well, and some of the time it doesn't work well at all, as we saw. And I worry about it. I worry that we let the technology get too far ahead of us, and I am hopeful that the solution you've posed solves it, but I have a feeling we're going to have other kinds of problems because everything is so new and everything is so quick, and there's, as you say, these machines are very smart and very dumb. Okay, and it's good to see both of you here together, the two agencies cooperating, but I do think there's a problem there, too. This started in the futures markets, with one of these indexed things. And we have the circuit breakers imposed in the equities markets, but not in the futures markets. What kind of coordination is there? Because I think most people agree that what started in futures spread to equities. What are you doing to deal with that kind of synapse? Because the indexes can cause problems in individual equities, and then we jump from the CFTC to the SEC.
Senator, we do have these intermarket circuit breakers that were set up in the 80s. We're committed to take a look at those, take a look with the outside advisors, see whether the levels should be adjusted. So right now, if it's a 10% decline before a certain time, 2 and 2:30, it changes. But then the cross market stops. The index futures products close, the equity markets close, the index options close, everything closes for the 30-minute or hour, depending upon the time of the day. We're going to take a look at that very closely.
Do you think that what happened this time?
What happened this time...
Circuit breaker didn't stop things from crossing from the future.
It wasn't triggered because the market had not gone down 10%. So the question is whether...
Got it.
That's really what it is.
So you've got to look at this and re-examine.
Look, it's re-examined whether to change those levels.
Right. Next question relates, it's a little along the lines of my opening remarks. Dark pools. SEC, NASDAQ, we have registered market makers. We have a little bit of that human element. You go to the dark pools and you don't. And I'm worried that this is a potential area for problems because by nature they're dark. Now, obviously, they give an advantage. Somebody wants to hide what they're doing, hide not in a pejorative way, but not reveal to the market that they're making a large purchase. I understand that. But it also may create problems that we don't know about. Does what has happened in the last couple of weeks make you folks feel we ought to re-examine what's happening in dark pools as well?
Absolutely. And as you know, we've proposed requiring that dark pools make their orders available for the public so that we don't end up with
But when?
When will we do? Well,
No. When do they have to make their orders available to the public?
Our proposal would have them display quotations broadly, not just to a select group of market participants as they do now when they receive the orders. So the goal is to not allow this two-tiered market to continue to develop where select market participants get access to quotes that the general public doesn't have access to. So our proposal would basically define these indications of interest as bids and offers and require public display except for very, very large blocks where there may be some legitimate interest in anonymity.
So the dark pools would become a little less dark.
Exactly right.
Yeah, well, I think that's probably needed. I'm for openness and sunlight first and foremost. And I worry when we don't have it. My final question, it relates a little bit to what Senator Bunning talked about, but I'd just like to follow up. Some markets are canceling trades that were executed after stocks dropped 60%. But there are a lot of investors who sold their stocks, sold when their stocks were down 20 or 30%, and they lost thousands of dollars, even though the stocks closed right back where they started. What's the SEC doing to help these investors get their money back, if anything?
Sorry. On a going forward basis, and I recognize we have to deal with the 20,000 or so broken trades that were done on arising out of May 6th. And with respect to those, we are looking very carefully at whether broker-dealers who handled particularly a lot of retail order flow during that period gave best execution to their customers, if they were executed 40 or 50 or 60% away from the market. And we will continue that investigation very quickly. There are clearly going to be aggrieved customers given the level at which the exchanges set the break threshold. Going forward, we have to fix this process. It is very badly broken.